Hey guys, so if you've ever wanted to make your own crystals, like those crystals you see in shops and everything, those nice flower ones, if you've ever wanted to make your own crystals, check out this video. Okay then. So, this crystal. So on Takealot I bought this crystal growing kit. Right, you can see here. On here it says here, for ages over 10. So now my question is, obviously people under 10 can't have, but then there's this little picture over here and it says, caution, contains chemicals that are classified as safety hazards, not recommended for kids between the ages of 0 and 3. So between 0 and 3 you cannot have or touch this, fiddle with it, eat it, whatever, right? And it's suitable for all the people over the age of 10. So if you are 9 to 4, or 4 to 9, this is, I don't know, a maybe. Do it with your eyes closed, I don't know, go like that. Who knows? Okay, but also, I had to use a knife to open up this the sellotape. If you can open it, and you can get into the harder plastic, and you can then get into this plastic. I mean, yeah, if a 2-year-old can do all of that, then you're a bad parent, because that means they've had like a good 20 minutes to kind of do this. Yeah. Let's get into this. Alright, so I've obviously removed the packaging already. We've got a measuring spoon, tiny little one, you can see it. Very interesting with, I guess, a little measuring thing or stirring thing at the end, I don't know. We've got glass jar with a lid. Seals actually very nicely. Correction, it's not glass, it's hard plastic. And we've got our solution mix. This crystal chemical's name is monoammonium phosphate. It's about 100 grams. It says do not swallow, avoid contact with eyes, mouth, skin, keep out of reach of small children. Adult supervision is required, may cause eye, skin, or mucous membrane irritation. Sounds horrendous. And it gives you all the things. If you do put this in your eyes, please just rinse your eyes out with large amounts of water for at least 15 minutes. If the irritation occurs, still seek medical attention. If it's inhaled, get fresh air. If symptom occurs, get medical attention. If chemical, crystal, or solution is swallowed immediately, drink large quantity of milk or water. Okay then. Do not fiddle with this and touch your eyes, your nose, your mouth. And don't eat it. Seriously? Why? Like, don't eat it. Right. Then we've got the colorings. Okay. We've got red. Okay, you can see it over here. Red. We've got clear. And we've got blue. Doesn't actually look very blue. I mean, if you hold it to a light, it looks very blue. Okay, so each one of these crystals actually has a different name. The blue is aluminum potassium sulfate, which is very cool. You'll see in my next video I might be working with a whole lot of this to show you how to make actual crystals, not store-bought. You buy the chemical itself and you actually make it. Alright, and then we have the instructions. Warning, warning, caution, safety, warning, caution, hazardous. Alright, let's read the warnings.
A few moments later. 2,000 years later. One eternity later.
Right, so now that we have read a whole lot of cautions, rules, safeties, everything, best thing I can say is don't eat it, don't swallow it, don't put it in your mouth, don't put it up your nose, don't put it in your ear, don't put it in your eye, just don't. Just don't. Yeah, small parts, I mean, obviously don't choke on this. No, don't. And yeah, let's get to making the crystal. Okay, step 1. So, very long instructions. Okay, step 1, you'll need 200 ml of water. Use boiling water about 100 degrees Celsius. Number 2, stir until the powder has dissolved to form a solution. Step 3, using the seeding spoon. We're going to take a guess and say this is the seeding spoon. Ensure that it is clean and dry prior to use. Okay, so if you have stuck this in your mouth, go wash it, go dry it. You may add the contents of a large bag. Okay, with the spoon, gently sprinkle the desired seeding mixtures. Okay, we have the seeding mixtures. Here's the clear one. Right. So, step 3, sprinkle on, right? You need in total 4 spoons. So 4 of these tiny little spoons in our glass jar, essentially, right? And that will make your crystal. So you can do a whole mixture of things. You can have 4 blue, and that will just make a blue crystal like what is on the box over here, right? Or you can make a light blue, a dark purple, a deep red, a light pink, or a clear crystal. All depending on what amount of spoonfuls you put in. So, step 4. The crystals require temperature above 20 degrees to grow. Right, carefully put the container in a warm room or on top of a refrigerator. So, you know, obviously refrigerators, they cool inside, but they heat up outside, right? So, once you've made your crystal, put it on top of the fridge or on the side or anywhere away from children, animals, pets, or anybody that would just go drink a colored liquid. Not judging anyone. And then, yeah, let's get to that. Right, so I have measured 200 ml as per instruction into my own measuring jug. It says ideally it should be about 100 degrees Celsius. I actually want to check this. Alright then. So my thermometer says high. Alright, I hear you. Okay, so we're just going to take a guess and say that it's about 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we have just done that. So now we pour it in to our jug, like that, or our glass. So we're adding the contents of this bag, right? This is the monoammonium phosphate. Let's see if I can open it. Look at that, I'm better than a 3-year-old. Okay, it says, add the whole bag. It's a lot of powder. Alright, and then we stir it. Again, please do not put this in your mouth. If you do put it in your mouth, rinse out with water or milk. Drink lots of milk as well. Okay, well, it's dissolving quite a bit. Let's keep going. Going to use this side of the spoon. If you look right in the middle there, okay, you can see still quite a few little crystals or seeds, right? The white crystal compound as it is in the instructions. And you know what, I've stirred so much, but I've stirred for about 3 minutes. It's all dissolved. You can see it's a nice clear solution, but you can still see some of these crystals in the middle there. They won't dissolve. So I've just stirred it in a clockwise rotation like that, and it started to whirlpool and collect in the middle. That's ideally what I want, because I want the crystals to form in the middle. So we'll let it cool for now, and we'll check in a little bit. Cool, so now that this has actually cooled down quite a bit, remember, don't make it too cold, because else then your crystals won't actually form, but don't let it also be too hot. So roughly between, I'd say about 40 degrees to 20 degrees, in between there. I'm going to be using the blue, and it says use 4 of these 4 spoonsful of these pieces. Make sure that you have protective gear, have a mask on at least, or just refrain from touching your eyes and that after fiddling with this. So once you have put the chemicals in and all of that, don't inhale it, okay? You can see this is far away from where my mouth is, or my nose. I'm trying not to breathe this in because these are chemicals, right? So they do release off gases. And as soon as you are done fiddling, even if you did not touch any of this, go wash your hands. Rather safe than sorry. Right, so I'm going to put the blue in. So we have 1. Whoops. We have 2. We have 3. And we have 4. Right, so once you have put your chemicals in, do not stir it. Okay, you do not need to stir this mixture. You need to let these chemicals and that drop down. If they are all over the bottom, that's fine. Just also another reminder, do not get these on any fabric, clothing, whatever, because they do stain everything. Step 4. Carefully put the container in a warm room or on top of a refrigerator where it will be warm. Do not put the lid on the container. Do not. It says there. There. Do not put a lid on the container. Do not. Okay. Right, so now that we've got the crystals sitting on my fridge, we're going to leave it for about 4 or 5 days. Every, maybe, let's say once, twice a day, just removing any crystals that are growing along the inside of the glass, along the container, just to prevent any crystal climb. Now, crystal climb is when the crystals start to grow up the sides of the container. Obviously, we don't want that. We want a center crystal. So we're going to leave it for about 4 or 5 days, and we'll see in part 2 what it looks like and how it turned out. So please leave a like, subscribe, and push that notifications button so that you are notified when part 2 comes out, so you can see how the crystal turned out. See you then.